the thirst of Jesus? Do we thirst for souls? Do we thirst for compassion for the poor, the hungry, the homeless? Do we thirst that the Savior on the cross will have his thirst satiated by that love, that compassion, that mercy that we have on souls? Do we care that souls fall into hell like snowflakes? That's what Our Lady said at Fatima. Souls fall into hell like snowflakes. Do we care or not? Do we go about our rather lackluster, mediocre existence, getting by, or do we really care? Do we have the heart of the Savior? Do we want to be one with Jesus on the cross in order to save souls? It reminds me of that story from the Annals of the Desert Fathers. A young monk went to one of the old fathers and was justifying himself. I see all of us, for the most part, in that young monk. Oh, Father, I live my rule. I pray 7 times a day. I fast on Wednesdays and Fridays. I keep my little rule quite well. And the old father smiled at him and shook his head. And he held out his hands, and his fingers turned into burning torches. And he said, "But why not become all fire?" Indeed, why not become all fire? Jesus said, "I have come to cast fire on the earth, and oh, how I long that it already be ignited." Do we care about the thirst of Jesus? Or will we just go our way and leave him in his thirst for souls? The 6th word from the cross. There was a jar there full of common wine. They stuck a sponge soaked in this wine on some hyssop and raised it to his lips. When Jesus took the wine, he said, "Now it is finished. Consummatum est." And he bowed his head and delivered over his spirit. With every tick of the clock, we come a second closer to eternity. Every time the clock ticks off another second, you're closer, I'm closer to standing before God and giving an account to him for everything we said and did, failed to say, and failed to do. Time is precious. How do we use it? We are getting closer and closer to that moment when we will have to say, "It's finished. My life is over. What have I done with it?" Your salary will mean nothing to God. How big your house is, how many cars you have, will mean nothing. You get no credit for it in heaven. How well you did in the stock market, 0. Doesn't mean a thing. In the end, the only thing that's going to matter is the degree of charity we achieved on this earth.